As we've heard, long delays in the centre of town. That's due to the demonstration by taxi drivers on Tower Bridge. Police are directing traffic on the north and the south side of the bridges there. That's causing long queues out of town on Upper Thames Street, all the way from the Blackfriars underpass. The highway is solid into town pretty much from the Limehouse link, and Mansell Street is queuing back to Aldgate, not being helped by the restrictions that have gone in place as well. Solid queues on the south side of the river on Tower Bridge Road as well as on Tooley Street.
Commissioner Peter Hendy is Transport Commissioner for Transport for London, who got up late this morning. Jason's in South Woodford. Jason, you're on the radio. Hello.
Hi, Nick. How are you?
I'm confused, but never mind me. Talk to Peter.
Morning.
Yeah, my mother-in-law, who is 86 and wheelchair-bound, is coming over.
Right.
British Airways have been incredibly accommodating, providing assistance and everything.
Yeah.
But my mother-in-law will not be able to get to the games because the only vehicles in Europe that has to be wheelchair compliant are going to be banned from Olympic routes.
Right. I can now put that... Please don't think I'm being rude. We only got a minute. Peter Hendy.
It's simply not true. There are no vehicles banned from Olympic routes. Your mother-in-law will be able to get to the games. The only thing that nobody will be able to drive in, except that for authorised Olympic vehicles, are the games lanes. The Olympic routes will be open. The whole Olympics is designed for people...
That's what I mean, the games lanes, Nick.
Right, well, no one has access to those, so unfortunately your mother-in-law will have...
But why not the licensed cabs which actually can accommodate wheelchairs?
And why not a whole variety of other... Because the IOC won't do it. And that's the answer. But it doesn't mean your mother-in-law can't get to the games.
A call still coming in. Dave is in Victoria. Hi, Dave.
Hi, Petrie. Thanks for taking my call. I'm a London cabbie as well, and there's 2 points I'd like to make here. The first thing is, I don't want to be faced with £130 fine a day, or even 2 times or 3 times a day, just to try and do my job.
No.
I'm not asking for a £500 and £800 payment to try and do my job, because cab drivers will go under because of all this. But the point I'd like to make is something I heard you say earlier, how TfL have stated that no private hire company has been given a contract to run people around. Well, I'm telling you now, they're a bunch of liars, because my dearest best friend is a chauffeur who works for a very, very large, he drives around, his company drives around a very large company that are actually one of the sponsors of the Olympics. This company didn't want to be run around in the logo BMW cars. They wanted to be driven around in their Audi A8, their chauffeurs, and they've been given the contract. They're allowed to drive in the lanes now. And I'll tell you this, I don't care, Boris now, he's going to get a drive in, because this will go viral, because they're a bunch of liars now. Peter Hendy should resign over this, and I'm fed up with TfL lying and making cab drivers' lives a misery. It's absolute disgrace now, they're a bunch of liars. The whole of this stinks. And, you know, cab drivers are probably going to lose their cabs and houses because they won't... You know, this during the first Gulf War, because the work dried up so much, cab drivers were hanging themselves. They were committing suicide. And this is what... You know, this is going to be blood on their hands. As soon as a cyclist gets killed, I'm sorry to say, you know, as soon as someone snaps, as soon as someone loses his house, this is blood on Peter Hendy, Seb Coe and Boris Johnson's hands, and they are an absolute disgrace. Because I through a council taxpayer and paying for this Olympics, I didn't get. I had no choice in that. I applied for Olympic tickets, didn't get any, and now I can't do my job properly. Starting starting tomorrow. So, you know, I should be allowed to go and do my job properly, and I'm being excluded. I pay road tax, I pay my council tax. I can see a class action coming in to Transport for London. That'll be 25, just the cab drivers. That's not even talk about the mini cabs. There's 100,000 of them. 25,000 London cab drivers. I hope there's a really high, powerful law firm listening to this. I hope this goes viral, and I hope that we sue the you-know-what off of Transport for London for this. They are an absolute disgrace, and they do absolutely nothing for this cab trade. And this is it now. We're just treated like third-rate citizens. It's a great show, Petrie. Listen to your time. I love you to bits. Thanks for taking my call.
You're welcome. Wonderful.